Hey guys, it's Hankan7 here. Obviously, in this video I'll be playing as Heihachi Mishima from Tekken 4, obviously. For the story thing at the start, I had to skip it because of copyright issues and stuff like that. That's why I'm going straight into the matches now. Obviously, I'm facing Nina Williams right now, which in my opinion, she's a very annoying character. I don't really like to play against her, but this game is just like really fun. It's not my favourite Tekken game, but it's one of my top favourite Tekken games. Especially because I'm obviously playing as Heihachi, obviously. Which is, he plays similar to Kazuya in this game. Obviously, by Tekken 4, I'm going to lose here. Oh, for goodness sakes. I have one match, the first match, I already lose. Oh, don't worry, man, I'll redeem myself. So obviously, Heihachi obviously plays similar to Kazuya. And in this game, obviously Jin changed styles for two reasons. One, they obviously wanted it, all the styles to be different in Tekken 4 when it came out, compared to Tekken Tag. Obviously, you've got characters that play the same, like Eddie and Tiger Jackson, obviously Michelle Chong and obviously Julia Chong as well, the Jacks as well. Which obviously this is the only Tekken game that Jack is not in the game. Well, he's in the storyline before the events of Tekken 5. That was obviously Jack Force coming after Heihachi. That's why obviously Kazuya stopped. He obviously knew that they were after Heihachi, and he obviously left as Devil Kazuya, basically leaving Heihachi, betraying Heihachi, and obviously leaving high and dry. So obviously in this game, another reason why Jin is obviously different is because obviously he learned the Mishima style of Mishima karate to traditional karate, which he uses in this game. That's why in Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag, he obviously plays similar to Kazuya Mishima and Heihachi as well. Anyway, this game is just the top Tekken game. Obviously they've introduced walls as well in this game. Obviously because in other Tekken games, for example Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag, and the other ones that came before, obviously they had no walls. Obviously the walls are infinite. The stages could backstab. You could walk on it for forever. And obviously there's no, just infinite. So obviously I wish they had Forest Law in this game instead of Martial Law, because I just like Forest Law way more. Before this, Martial Law was in Tekken 2 and Tekken 1. But he wasn't in Tekken Tag. Obviously, Forest Law wasn't. His son was in Tekken Tag. Oh, here comes King. Round 1. This is probably the only Tekken game King has long hair. So yeah, unless if it's attached to his mask like Kane from WWE. So yeah. Obviously, the thing I don't like about King in this game is in any Tekken games, pretty much. Obviously, only King the Second do chain combos that'll go on forever. And obviously if the CPU pretty much grabs you, you're pretty much screwed. And you've obviously lost the whole fight. Or if you play somebody that's an expert with King, and they know their throw combos, you're pretty much screwed if he doesn't mess up. But obviously this game is just a great ass game. This is my first Tekken game I ever played as a kid. When I was a kid, obviously my brother, who hugged up the PS2 at the time, not allowed me and my sister to play it. He obviously used to, we used to play against him in a demo for the PlayStation 2 game. A demo, we can only play as two characters. Obviously being Christian Montiel and freaking Paul Phoenix. And then obviously we finally got our hands on the game, or he did. Pretty much, obviously hugged it all up. So, the second Tekken game I ever played was Tekken Tag Tournament. The original Tekken Tag Tournament, obviously I played it in a New Year's church kind of party kind of thing, where everybody was crowding around the monitor, the TV. Look at this Panda, freaking, I'm about to call him Panda then, because Panda in this game shares the same what's it called? Shares the same character slot as Kuma. So yeah, they're very different. They're the same characters pretty much. They play the same. Kind of in this game, there's obviously a lot of characters. Some characters in this game do have character slots, the same character slots like Haru Hirano. Obviously, if you don't know who she is, she was in Tekken Tag 2, as Ling Xiaoyu's friend. Panda and Kuma, and obviously Eddie and Christie as well. Eddie's obviously in this game. He has one costume. A lot of people don't know that he's in this game, but you know, look at that destruction. Look at that kick, man. That's what I love about Heihachi Mishima. Pretty much anybody like Heihachi or anybody part of the Mishima style family, even if it's Jinpachi, you know how to use these guys. They're pretty much rolling because they're powerful and quick. Like, I know how to play Heihachi, as you can see right now. Here comes Lei. Lei, obviously, he's a pretty cool character as well. It's based off, obviously, the martial artist or the movie star Jackie Chan, who does all these stunt stuff. And obviously, yeah, martial law and forest law was obviously inspired by Bruce Lee. I just don't understand why the hell does martial law have a mustache in this game? Look at that, that was powerful. Like, Bruce Lee had no mustaches whatsoever. That's why I just prefer forest law over martial law. That's why when I used to play Tekken Tag 2, my brother and his friend back in the day, I used to pick forest law over martial law. You know, yeah. Obviously, they've redesigned the older Tekken characters. Like Tiger Jackson hasn't got like his white glasses anymore. He's got like these different colored glasses on. So yeah, obviously they've updated. I just prefer Tiger Jackson's old design from like Tekken 2 and Tekken Tag. So yeah, with his white sunshades on. Especially when he does his like the ending he had in Tekken 3 was pretty cool, and he did that like kind of disco kind of dance. Yeah, so pretty much yeah. This game also introduced another thing as well, which was like you can like smash like objects as well in this game, like the telephone booth. Like it showed me to do how I did obviously before as well. In this stage, you can smash down statues as well, like horse statues and stuff. just look at that move. It was just like devastating. I just love it, and I just love how Heihachi's got his bum out, and he's freaking wearing that Japanese kind of stuff. So yeah, I forgot what it's called. So, you know, if you know what it's called, it's obviously just one thing that makes me laugh in this game. Like Heihachi's style of clothing and what he's wearing. Freaking, he's wearing a nappy here. I just don't know why. So it's a Japanese thing. I forgot what it's called, to be honest. And obviously in Tekken 4 introduced obviously characters like this guy here. He's like the Dudley from Street Fighter. He can only punch. And obviously Steve Fox, Christie. They introduced Marduk as well, which was based off Goldberg from WWE or WCW, and also I think he was inspired by Nathan Jones as well from WWE. Obviously, he was from WWE, so yeah, in the early 2000s as well. So yeah, Steve Fox, I don't really know who he was inspired by. I don't think he was inspired by anybody. He's just obviously a British boxer, so. Obviously, I think he's not human. I don't know what he's based off. I think he's like not human. You obviously find out at the end of this. Wow, for goodness sakes, that's a power punch and a half. That's obviously Steve Fox's unblockable attack. So obviously Steve's got this scar on his arm. He finds out in this game that Nina's his mother. So yeah, but the only thing is, Nina obviously she wasn't with anybody. She obviously, I think she got experimented on, and then obviously that's how Steve Fox came about. So yeah, because obviously she got put to sleep in Tekken 3 or Tekken 2 as an experiment. So yeah, Sonya. So yeah, that's one thing to say. All right, this is Jin Kazama. So Jin's obviously one of my favorite characters. I don't know why we're facing him in this ladder. This is probably before Heihachi obviously locked him up in the Hamaru, obviously got chained up and shackled up and stuff. Because obviously, it's basically obviously Heihachi is obviously trying to find the Devil Jin to complete his experiment from being immortal. So yeah, and obviously if you watch the beginning thing, which gives you a backstory of the character. Obviously I had to skip mine because I had some like copyright issues. So obviously Heihachi obviously wanted to experiment on Ogre so he could become immortal. But he lacked the Devil Jin, and he knows now that Jin and Kazuya hold the Devil Jins. Yeah. Ow! Wow, I freaking broke his coccyx bone there, his tailbone. This guy's just a monster. When you know how to control the Mishimas, they're just freaking monsters. So, alright. he becomes my first favorite character in the whole of the game. So Kazuya Mishima, which obviously I will be doing a playthrough of him very soon. So yeah, so obviously stay tuned. So yeah. Oh, this stage is great, man. There's obviously a cheat where you can like bounce off walls and stuff like that. You can bounce off the cage wall. Wow, that's a dangerous move, that is. And obviously there's a glitch in this game, in this stage, where you can like, I've never done this glitch before, but you know, I think it's just in the Japanese version. You can get the cage to lower, you can like walk around like the ramp and stuff like that in like the stage. So I've never tried it. If I try it one day, then I'll let you guys, I'll obviously video record it, so yeah. But obviously, I just love this game in general. Honestly, my favourite Tekken game, to be honest, is Tekken Tag. Especially the PlayStation 3 version. I used to play that back in the day. On the ultra hard mode and loved it, so yeah. No, so this game, which is great. Like, it came out in 2001. I don't know what the hell I was doing in 2001. I was very, very young at the time, so yeah. Probably a little kid, so.